Laurence Olivier was the last white actor to play Othello. And he did it in 1965. And he did it in Blackface. And he played a black man brilliantly. Am I being told that I will never have a chance to play a black man?
I hate to break the news to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Dreyfuss is a damn Karen. I know. I looked at the video multiple times. Diagnosis came out the same every time. I even went for a second opinion. Second opinion, my producer Jordan said that's a Karen. Let me give you the full context. Here it is.
No one should be telling me as an artist that I have to give in to the latest, most current idea of what morality is. And what are we risking? Are we really risking hurting people's feelings? You can't legislate that. And you have to let life be life. And I'm sorry, I don't think that there's a minority or a majority in the country that has to be catered to like that. Yeah. You know, Laurence Olivier was the last white actor to play Othello. And he did it in 1965. And he did it in Blackface. And he played a black man brilliantly. Am I being told that I will never have a chance to play a black man? Is someone else being told that if they're not Jewish, they shouldn't play The Merchant of Venice? Are we crazy? Do we not know that art is art? This is so patronizing. It's so thoughtless and treating people like children.
Do you think there's a difference between the question of representation and who is allowed to represent other groups? For example, as you said, somebody representing the Merchant of Venice. And the case of blackface explicitly in this country, given the history of slavery and the sensitivities around Black racism. Do you think there's a difference between those?
There shouldn't be.
Richard, listen, your privilege is showing. So let me go ahead and help you out here. For a person who has had a very successful career playing a white male, I find it ironic that at the end of your career, you are upset because you're concerned that nobody's going to give you a role to play a black male as a white male. This is what you're upset about. Were you upset that Hollywood as a practice would not give roles to black men because they were historically portrayed as not cinema quality, could not land the crowd? Had an issue with that? Of the countless black people who have been told they cannot play a particular role because they are in fact black. Well, what about this? Do you have anything to say about the reality of blackface? Do you even know what it is? Obviously, the person interviewing you did not. You see, Richard, when black people in this country were finally allowed to go on stage and engage in this art form, white audiences were so offended by their natural black skin that they made black actors wear blackface. Already, the practice was an adaptation of white actors wearing blackface with over-exaggerated, let's say, physical features in order to mock black people. Have you Googled it, Richard? Did you look at it on Wikipedia? Do you know the history of it? Or you just talking? So, Mr. Dreyfuss, since you are so unconcerned with how people feel, I will be unconcerned how you feel after this. Let's put them up full mass. Richard Dreyfuss, is a Karen. Now, he was mentioning Olivier, the performance in 1965. Let's go ahead and put it up. Okay. This is the image, Othello, in which the English actor played the Shakespeare lead in Blackface. Dreyfuss claimed this was the last time a white actor played the title character. Obviously, he is torn up about this. However, it has been pointed out online that Patrick Stewart played the character in 1997 without blackface in a race-flipped production. He was the only white actor and everyone else was black, okay? You see it there. What did Patrick Stewart say about this? He said, and I quote, "When the time came that I was old enough and experienced enough to do it, it was the same time that it no longer became acceptable for a white actor to put on blackface and pretend to be African. One of my hopes for this production is that it will continue to say what a conventional production of Othello would say about racism and prejudice, to replace the black outsider with a white man in a black society will, I hope, encourage a much broader view of the fundamentals of racism." All right, there we have it. Sharon, I'm going to pose this question to you because you are an actress yourself and you have starred in major series and movies. I'm sure you've heard stories about black people not getting roles because they were in fact black, okay? That has happened. People have even said it on record. Is it surprising to you that someone as successful as Richard Dreyfuss at the end of his career would be really, really upset that he is not going to get a gig, perhaps, playing a black man in blackface?
No, but it is the height of white privilege. It's the height of white privilege to get everything. Not saying he's not a talented actor, but he can't see past his outlandish spectacles, Dr. Richey. The spectacles were outlandish, okay?
Right.
And your commentary was spot on. They should have stuck with the ending of the book in Jaws. The shark ate Matt Hooper in the book.
Right.
Okay,
In the book.
The shark ate him. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't need to see or hear from Richard Dreyfuss again. Thank
I'm
you.
just so damn disappointed.